So what do I do, Richard? I'll just...
Stand by. Twitch has accepted the stream. YouTube has accepted the stream. Facebook has accepted the stream, and they are now going to send me the link. Waiting for the link. The link has been received. I am now going to send it to you via a regular phone text.
Thank you.
Any second now, it'll be popping up. Would you like an update on the Bills game?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
What?
5 seconds to go. The Bills were within 1 point of tying the game and 2 points of winning the game. So they had to make a decision. Do we go for the win or for the tie? What do you think they should have done?
Gone for the tie?
They went for the win and they failed.
What does that mean? He could have won?
Or tied it.
No, if they tied it, they would have had a better chance in overtime.
Well,
But by
that was
going-
the gamble.
But by going for the win, they lost.
Yeah, exactly. They could have won it if they had gotten the 2 points, but what are you going to do?
And if they had tied, they would have had another chance to win in overtime.
Now I'm waiting for Terry to tell me we can go on the air. Oh, Sal, am I supposed to send it to you?
Yeah, send it to me by. Can you put it on my wall?
No.
All right, then send it by textbook messenger.
Text.
I'm Facebook Messenger. Sorry.
Oh, okay, Facebook. But you said I don't know which one to send it to.
Just the regular one that you usually send it to.
Okay, here we go.
And you said you were going to...
So you should actually see it on that computer right now. On your computer.
Okay.
Well, you're in the wrong zone anyway, but it's there.
Okay.
If you go to the bottom.
Gotcha. I believe you.
Okay. Okay. Are we all shared up? Everybody have what they wanted?
Thank you.
Well, the buttons still aren't fixed.
Thank
but
you.
the other-
Thank you. Thank you. I rely on people like you to tell me things like that.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, Facebook. But you said you. Okay, does that look better, Sal? Is that more what you're familiar with?
Yeah. Main means main screen,
Right?
and VIN9 is where we can show the videos, right?
You are correct, sir.
I don't know what RW timer means.
Oh, that's something brand new.
What is it?
I'll tell you in a second.
Now, can somebody? Oh, I'll shut up. I keep talking.
Okay, Sal,
Yes.
are you ready to go on the air?
Yes.
Okay. Um, you have the power now to determine when you go on the air. Remember that button with the 5?
Yes.
That will start the timer.
Okay.
And when the timer says on the air, you're on the air.
Okay.
So you have the power, sir.
And what's RW timer mean?
Uh, I'm going to delete that.
Okay.
You don't need it anymore. I'm surprised I left it in there.
Okay. Are you ready, Terry?
Yep.
Welcome to the Oracle of Enlightenment Vortex. I'm the observer, Sal Monaco, and this is the great Terry Braunstein. How are you?
Fine.
The talking proud lady?
Yes, always talking proud.
You think Buffalo is still talking proud the way it was in the 80s?
It's a different kind of talking proud.
Okay. Terry is also a wonderful actress, as everyone knows. How many movies have you done now?
Oh, God. From the early 80s, probably something like 50, 60.
Yeah, I've only done 17, unless you count the short films.
You're much younger than me.
Yeah, well, happy holidays, everyone. I hope everyone had a good Christmas and Christmas Eve, and I wish everybody a safe New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Once that's over, the holidays and this year are over, and we move into a new year of craziness. Let's hope everything works out. So, one of the things I did during the Christmas break was watch several versions of A Christmas Carol and determine the difference between each one and such. Now, my favorite version has always been Alistair Sims, the 1951 version. But I discovered a few things. It has the longest past sequence of any version. Like, we see Marley's death. We see he and Scrooge take over the company. We see them buy out Fezziwig. We see all these things that nobody else shows. But what I think is strange is that in the book, his girlfriend's name is Belle. But in this version, they changed it to Alice for some reason. I don't know why. And it's just very creepy, and that's what I like about it. The black and white, the lighting, it's just really creepy. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just brings you into a different realm of the film. I'm not sure if it's such a happy type of happiness. It's more of a subtle.
Mm-hmm. Now, my second favorite is the George C. Scott version. Now, that one has a few things that most others don't, like the fact that we see the butcher bring the turkey to Scrooge along with the little boy, and we see him give the little boy half a crown. But and most of the sequences are intact, but the character is back to being named Belle in that one, which I thought was really good. And a lot of people like Patrick Stewart's version. I didn't particularly care for it, other than the fact that Joel Grey was playing the spirit of Christmas Past.
I really like him.
Yeah.
He's such a wonderful actor.
Yeah. He was getting involved at the time. He was on Buffy. He was on Voyager. I remember when he was on the Muppet Show.
I liked him in Cabaret.
Yep. For cabaret, for cabaret, for cabaret. And today I actually watched the Mr. Magoo version.
Did you?
Yeah, and it's the only version where they feature the spirit of Christmas present before the spirit of Christmas past.
I see.
It's present, past, future, where every other version is past, present, future. And it's also a musical. And also, they deleted everything about Fred from it. It's only about Scrooge and Bob Cratchit.
Interesting.
But in like in Mickey Mouse's A Christmas Carol, Belle's name is changed to Annabelle, or Isabel. I'm sorry, Isabel. So it seems like no one seems to like keeping the name the same. I mean, in every version that I know of, Scrooge's sister's name is Fan. I assume it's short for Fanny.
Why do they do that? They do that a lot. They change names. They create different names.
I
What is
don't
that?
know. I honestly,
I can't believe you're allowed to do that.
when you're adapting someone's work, you have a certain amount of license, but dramatic license, but why they change people's names and things like that, I have no idea. Like I also noticed in the Mr. Magoo version, which of course is half the length of the movie versions. Bob Cratchit was missing one child, and it was musical, and the Tiny Tim singing the song about razzleberry dressing was getting completely annoying. But I think, there's the animated ones tend to be shorter than the movies. Like there have been a lot of animated versions where it's cut down to its simplest form, and it can be a half hour or an hour.
Do you think most people realize there's a change in a name or a sequence or
I don't know, to be honest.
one less
Most
child?
people, yeah. Well, most people look at the story itself without really, as long as it has the main storyline, they don't necessarily look at the subplots. Like in one version, he makes Fred. I think it was the Muppets Christmas Carol. I think he makes Fred his partner. Whereas, like in the Bugs Bunny one, he makes Cratchit his partner.
I see.
So the Bugs Bunny one was cut down to 7 minutes, and it didn't even have real ghosts. It was bugs in a sheet. So, but Yosemite Sam did a good job as Scrooge, and having Tweety play Tiny Tim was hysterical, and Porky and Petunia play the Cratchits. The Muppets Christmas Carol is considered a great one because Michael Caine does a good job as Scrooge, but it's the only version where Scrooge has more than one employee. He has a lot of employees, and it's also the only version that features two partners, Jacob and Robert Marley.
I see.
Get it? Bob Marley, who were played by Statler and Waldorf. I'm happy that they got 3 new Muppets to play the 3 spirits, whereas like everyone else was played by, like Kermit played Bob Cratchit, I believe, and Fuzzy. I think Fozzie played, and Robin played, his nephew Robin played Tiny Tim, I think. It's been a while since I've seen it.
I recently saw a stage play of A Christmas Carol at
How was that?
Buffalo State College.
Yeah.
Produced and directed by Neil Radis. Wonderful production.
Oh, yeah.
Fabulous. And I love stage work. It just really brings you right into it. And, Neil's been directing and producing that musical for years after years, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. Well, there's one movie version that I'm not sure which, where when Scrooge first sees Marley's ghost, he gets these 3 guys off the street to come in with bats to chase Marley out.
Oh.
But they can't see Marley, so they think Scrooge is out of his mind. Which I think is cool, but I wish I could figure out which version that was, but there's just so many. Like the Albert Finney version is called Scrooge, not A Christmas Carol, because it's a musical version, and a lot of big stars appear in these versions, and a lot of TV shows have done a Christmas Carol, like Family Ties did it.
Cartoons, right? They even have produced cartoons.
Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier.
Yeah.
With Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse.
I used to love cartoons.
They did the
yes.
animated full-length version
That's right.
back in 2009, I think, with Jim Carrey playing
That's right.
Scrooge. Yeah, The Muppets Christmas Carol was a theatrical live-action version, which I thought was good. Well, was Neil's version faithful to the story, or
Yes.
did they cut some?
Yes, he
Okay.
recreated it and produced and directed it. He's been doing it for many, many years, and it's a great production.
Well, there's that scene where Scrooge tries to put out the spirit of Christmas past by taking, a big, what looks like a megaphone and snuffing him out like a candle, or her, depending on the version. Because in some versions, the spirit is a her. But I honestly didn't like that scene. I'm glad they left it out of Alistair Sims' version. And they did it with a little more tact in the George C. Scott version. But, of course, there was the great version by Bill Murray called Scrooged. And that one is so hard-edged.
Very
You
hard-edged.
wonder, I know, you wonder why so many things in it were so dark. But they've had lighter versions and they've had darker versions. There was one version that was really nasty that involved all kinds of nasty criminalities,
Yeah,
including Scrooge being a rapist.
yeah.
And then I saw a version at a church where it was more focused on God and the church than it was on the spirits that the rest of the stuff. Like there are versions, like every version that I've seen has the three people trying to sell Scrooge's stuff to Joe. But like in Alistair Sims' version, we see the maid throughout the show, whereas in most productions, we don't see the maid till that scene, and that's the only time we see her. Or it's some other character
Yes.
bringing like in Mr. Magoo's version. But in some versions, it's the maid that tells Scrooge that it's Christmas Day, and in other versions, it's the little boy outside that tells him it's Christmas Day. So, yeah.
Well, that's supposed to be a happy film. It has its touching moments, but it's supposed to end with a smile on your face.
Yeah. Highway to Heaven did a version too, and it was really good. It's one of those ones that I watch every year
Yeah.
because it's so good. And like I said, Family Ties did their version. Alice did a version too, but I didn't like it. Yeah, Mel's old partner, Jake Farley. I'm like, you got to be kidding me with this. I liked their Gift of the Magi Christmas special better. One of these years, we'll produce a Christmas episode of The Mighty Beyond.
That should be quite interesting.
Yeah. And speaking of it, I wanted to start talking about The Mighty Beyond, my web series that started off as a feature film, and it's been we've done a lot of audio plays here on the show. We've done a theatrical version at the Infringement Festival, and so I'm going to show some of our episodes, and we're going to talk about them and a little bit about the productions of them as well. Now, this one, Terry is in. It was her, although not for a long time, but it was her debut on the Mighty Beyond.
Mighty Beyond.
Previously, she had only been in the audio plays. So here we go. This one is called The Open House, Part 1.
Júrame que aunque pasó mucho tiempo, no olvidarás ese momento.
I'm really excited that we're finally here for the open house for Channeling Dreams Art School.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I hope we get some fresh blood. We could really use some new people around here.
Yeah, it's too bad you lost a few because of all the drama.
You know, no matter what we do to try to keep it out, it somehow manages to keep slipping back in.
Yep. That's what's destroyed many a group. Politics, lack of leadership, and apathy.
Oh, and don't forget about personality conflicts.
We have some wild personalities.
You can say that again. Say it, what time is it?
I don't know. I don't have a watch. Besides, I can never read what it says anyway.
Why, what's it say?
Tick, 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 tick.
All right, wise guy.
I'm trying to figure out how many chairs we need. What comes after 75?
76?
That's the spirit.
10,000 comedians out of a job, and she wants to be one.
So you quit all 3 groups because of all the fighting and arguing?
Yeah, plus me and Trixie were in a furry group and people kept attacking them. They think it's like a sex, kinky fetish thing.
Really?
Yeah, they don't get it. It's just cosplay.
Well, you know how uneducated the public is.
Yeah, whether it's barefooting, magic, vampires, they don't understand it. Honestly, it upsets me.
Yeah, it upsets me too.
What's up, Foot in Cups?
Hey. Question for you. We're interested in getting into cosplay. Who do you think we should be?
I think you should be Poison Ivy because your hair is exactly like hers.
Okay.
You should be Livewire. And you should be Catwoman because your eyes for it are perfect. I mean, look at those eyes.
I agree.
You know what is perfect? Your hair. It's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Well, when I was in the military, they made me cut it real short, so now I have a phobia of scissors.
Oh,
Never
imagine.
again. Never again.
Definitely.
So, your hair looks gorgeous too. It looks very long.
Thanks so much.
Hey, don't blink. Golly gee, Mr. J.
All right, next we have the stage magic videos that Professor Cromwell put together, right?
Yes, ready to introduce.
They're not perfect quality, but they'll do.
Oh, somebody make some coffee.
I will.
Sis, let me do it. The last time you made coffee, you put sweeping compound in instead of coffee.
It's not my fault they left it in the coffee can.
The worst part about it is, it was the best coffee she ever made.
Hello, I'd like to welcome you to the video portion of our party, and now I'd like to present to you
Professor Cromwell's magic tricks. Enjoy.
Here it comes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our great magic teacher, Professor Stephen Cromwell!
Thank you so much. Listen, because this is a school for the performing arts, we're going to be doing classes on the performance of theatrical magic. Magic and theater are like this. They've been like this since the beginning of time. They cannot be separated. What makes magic so great? Well, it's the element of surprise. It's what theater is, illusion. The magician performs illusion, theater is illusion. So now I'd like to perform a little bit of magic for you with the help of a little bit of music from our musical department.
I'm going to take his class.
You want to be a magician?
No, I just think it's fascinating. I've studied other forms of magic.
Well, remember, Harry Potter is evil witchcraft. Woo!
so much, and I hope to see you all in one of my classes.
Oh, I really want to show you guys the rehearsal that Sesame did. Let me show you on my phone real quick.
Júrame que aunque pasó mucho tiempo, no olvidarás el momento en que yo te conocí. Mírame, pues no hay nada más profundo ni habrás en este mundo que el cariño que te di. Bésame con un beso enamorado, como nadie me ha besado desde el momento en que nací. Quéreme hasta la locura, si sabrás la amargura que estoy sufriendo por ti. Promise, love, that our hearts the years defying will recall that hour undying when we first swore to be true. Love me, love, none on earth is so astounding. Nothing holds the deep profounding of the love I offer you. Kiss me, love, with a kiss whose ardent savor robs each other kiss of flavor, since your lips my own lips knew. Love me, love, to the very point of madness, then you'll know the bitter sadness I suffer because of you.
The quality is the same as the magic vids.
We need better equipment in this school. We should do a fundraiser.
Hey, it looks like we've got a really good turnout so far.
Great, and it's only the first day.
Hey, sis. I bet you I could get more people to join than you.
You're on. What should we bet?
How about $10?
How about $20?
Well, what's wrong with $30?
What's wrong with $50?
What was wrong with $10?
So the Pega sisters were fighting with the bronies, saying My Little Pony is only for women. I defended the men because they have a right to be in it just like anyone else.
Good for you. I hate elitism in our ranks. It's like my poems. We're supposed to be one big happy alt family.
Yeah, there was a lot of fighting in my web comic group.
You'd think being bullied or being supported for our art and lifestyle would have, taught people to be nice. Also, to respect and appreciate the world we created for ourselves, away from the mundane and ignorant people. But it just seems a lot of us do the same thing to each other, for no other reason than our own issues.
I'm just glad this school and these social groups are a safe place for us. We don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Well, that's what we strive to do. Hey, we should let all the new people know this, that if they come here, they'll be safe.
And we're back. That was the open house part 1. And part 2 will come along sometime in the future. Terry, was that your first time seeing that?
I'd never seen it before.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was your first time.
Yes. Who was the magician in that thing?
That was Robert Allen, a very dear...
Is he a local?
Yes. A very dear friend of mine who I've known since I was a little boy. I've watched him perform at many places.
It's very good what he does.
Yes, and he is... He earned the name the Milk Magician because...
Milk Magician.
The dairy farmers of Western New York are his sponsors.
Oh.
And he always incorporates milk into his long shows. Now, he's performed at the Buffalo Zoo, at the Niagara Falls Visitor Center, at Fantasy Island, at the Niagara Aquarium. I mean, he and his wife have, his wife Carol, have been all over the place.
Is she also a magician?
Yes. More like a magician's assistant. She never performs on her own, but she helps him in the act. And they have been the most amazing team, and we've seen them so many times in so many different places, and he is just amazing. And he's really good with children, too. He's even performed at the Erie County Fairgrounds for the Christmas one. So, yeah. Now, I want to point out that that stuff was shot mostly at the Kenmore Library, and some of it was shot in my friend Dennis Hutch's dojo. Mm-hmm. A lot of the footage from the earlier... Like, some of the footage was shot like 10 years ago, maybe longer. And yeah, and it shows because I was the one who filmed. Jen and I were the ones doing the filming of everything, the whole magician scene, the scene with the lady singing, the scenes that took place inside the dojo were all stuff we shot. The stuff in the library was stuff that was shot by Wayne. So you could tell the difference. But if you notice, the sound was a lot better here than it was when we saw it on the big screen.
Yes.
So that I find to be very strange. Something we have to figure out later. Now, people ask me, well, why did you let the woman sing for so long? Because Ember Nelson was a sweet lady, and she passed away before we could do anything.
In the piece?
The one that was singing, yeah. Oh. She passed away before we could really do anything with her storyline. She's only in actually 2 episodes. I'm not sure. I think we've used all the footage of her, but I'm not sure. So as you saw at the end, we did a dedication to her, and that's why I let her do the entire song. And we incorporated... Now, I tried to cover the fact that the footage was a little shoddier by having them say they were watching it on their phones and that they needed better equipment. That's why they were going to have a fundraiser and blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure that anyone really cares. I mean, it didn't make it into the Greg's Film Festival, so I don't know if it could have been the bad... At some points, there was a little tough lighting. And at other points, I don't know, the sound seemed to be good the whole way through in this here. So you didn't notice any time when it was bad, did you?
No, there were times, but I can't remember at the moment what they were. I just... people don't realize what goes into making these films.
Yeah.
And you don't know what they're going to pick to be in the festivals,
right.
What they're going to like. What is it they like about one that they don't like about another, that they put one in the festival and not the other.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the actresses who are in the stock footage are not with my company anymore. I stay in contact with most of them, but there was one girl in there that we could. She was only on set one day, and then disappeared. We never saw her again, so we couldn't even remember her name. So she went uncredited. She plays one of Rob's daughters. And what, Richard, I moved over on Terry. What's going on here? Oh, okay. All right.
He wants us looking at each other. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. So, a lot, like you said, a lot went into filming this thing, and I just, a lot of the dialogue was pretty heavy, but I'm not sure. Did it feel like it made an impact?
Well, it all depends on how you were looking at it and what you were looking to find out of it, what you achieved when you saw it. A lot of times, like I said, in these festivals, you don't know what they're looking for, what makes one film better than the other.
Yeah.
I always wonder about that. Why this one and not that one? But
Well, it could be a technical thing. It could be like you could have the best storyline in the world, the best characters, and if your tech is weak, they won't consider you. Whereas,
well, you get everything, the costumes, the scenery, everything.
Yes. Which is why we won Best of Wardrobe for The Beautiful Mess.
Did you?
Yeah, we've won 4 awards up till now. But what did you think overall of the film?
I thought it was, you did a good job.
Thank you.
You did a good job.
Unfortunately, we didn't get into the festival and we haven't won an award, but I consider this to be a good film. Tech issues or not. And the girls did a great job. I just am not sure if the dialogue was making the impact that I wanted it to. I guess that's something else I have to consider as a future, for the future as a filmmaker.
Or do you think it had a lot of high and lows in it at all? Do you?
Well, yeah. I mean, at
yeah.
some points we're telling jokes, and other places we're discussing serious
Right.
situations.
Right.
And some of the jokes a couple of the jokes were stolen from the Three Stooges, and one of the jokes was it was redone. I sometimes redo other people's jokes. Like one was taken from the Lucy Show.
Oh, neat.
Well, one of them. So it's kind of a tribute to the great ones, And I'm not quite sure if the impact was there, but I have to remember sometimes we have to get really into it. And I think maybe we need to take more time with some of these takes.
What are you working on now, Sal? You got anything on the fire?
Oh, yeah. We're going to, we have to do the next version of the Pajama Party, the one that's going to go in the festival, the one with the footage of you in it. But Jen still has to finish putting it together because I have to write the new, we've been kind of sidetracked by the holidays, but
yes,
we have to have that fixed and put in the festival. And then we're going to start working on the feature film, The Biggest Geek, that I've been working on for the last year and a half.
What's
with
the story?
pre-production.
What's the storyline on that one?
It's a bunch of people trying to. Now, in order to sell this one, it's going to require some heavy acting. Basically, it's a bunch of people competing in a series of contests to try and win a prize, and there's a lot of drama that happens in between of different things. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. Now, I'd like to show the one that you saw the other night. It's the short version of the Pajama Party, which has yet to, it may or may not win an award. We'll have to see in January when the awards are presented.
Is that when they're doing the awards at the next Monday night meeting?
Yes, yes. Okay, now this one is called The Pajama Party, the short version. And here we are.
I'm so excited for tonight's pajama party. I can't wait to see what everybody does.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, let me back and see who else is coming.
I think Jake's supposed to come.
Oh, yeah, here comes Jake, and he's got Pop-Tarts. I'm so excited about the Pop-Tarts. I definitely want to get one of those later.
Yeah, I do like Pop-Tarts. Me too.
Excellent.
Okay, so Jason and I brought the cartoons, and the Larrabees brought the breakfast cereal, and Ruth and her friend brought the juice.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to go check out the Larrabees and see what they're up to.
Cool.
Hi, Marilyn.
Hi, Angeline.
Hey, beautiful.
Jason, if you don't mind, I would like to talk to my niece, please.
Why do we put up with him?
He's harmless.
Hi, Aunt Blossom. Do you know where my mom is?
I don't know, but Brianna's not coming.
So, Marilyn, how are you enjoying the school?
It's great. I get to wear whatever I want to and hang out with the kind of people that I want to.
Yeah, there are plenty of freaks and geeks.
That's a good thing, you.
Watch your language. This is a family-friendly school.
Yeah, maybe the Manson family.
Don't you have a girl to chase?
I wouldn't have to chase if you would just give me your digits.
The only digits you're getting are 666.
Yeah, whatever. I got better things to do.
Anyway, when are we going to have a Star Trek party?
That would be great. We can have Riker's omelets and Troy chocolate sundaes.
Hey, sister, where's Jerry Ann?
Our shoddy sister isn't here.
And Carla's at work.
I can't even believe she can keep a job with her personality.
Jason, don't talk that way about her.
Yes, Mom.
Peace and love, that's our way. Don't forget.
I was just over checking out the Larrabee's blanket fort. It looks like they did a good job. I didn't see the Pop-Tarts over there, though. Do you know what happened to them?
I don't know.
Hey, sexy. Want to ditch this place and go get some drinks?
No thanks. I'm working here, but maybe later.
Cool. You're really cute.
Thanks, but...
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Have you seen Sammy?
She's not here, but if you hang, I'll make you forget about her.
Aren't you Matt's sister?
Yes. Why else would I be at this lame event? He always drags me to these things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, why don't we talk about going out? Well, you want to ditch this place and go back to mine? I'll make it worth your while.
Look, babe, you're great and all, but I gotta head out. I'll catch you later.
Hey, beautiful. Oh, these are slim pickings.
I can give you guys a really good deal.
I love this one.
This one's cool. I make these all myself.
It's so beautiful.
So did you guys hear? There's going to be this big contest in town put on by one of the production companies.
Oh, did you know which one?
I'm not sure. I'm just receiving bits and pieces.
Do tell.
What's the prize? I don't know that either, but I know it's going to involve cosplay, acting, improv, and trivia.
I'm great at all of those things. I can't wait to take part.
Sounds really cool.
Yes, I also heard that Rita is going to think about joining.
Oh no, the elitist scum.
Let's be civilized, even though I do agree with you.
Yeah, she's a real bit jerk.
Well, let's hope that one of us beats her.
Hey, has anybody seen the Pop-Tarts?
Nope.
Not me.
I got a couple.
Way too sweet for me.
All right, well, carry on, guys. Oh, I think we found our Pop-Tart apple.
Yeah, he brought him and he ate him. Wah, 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 wah.
And we are back. What did you think, seeing it and being able to hear it better this time?
Well, the volume, the voices were much clearer.
Yeah. So I'm wondering what exactly went wrong when we saw it at the meeting. If it was on the big screen, if it was the speakers from the big screen, or a problem
Was it
with,
muffled to you?
Yeah, it seemed that way. And it didn't help that two people were talking or that someone was crunching ice. You know, sometimes I wonder about our people.
Well, it was a party. That's the thing. They were having their Christmas party.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
people were eating.
But they shouldn't be making noise when someone's film is up.
I know. They shouldn't even be eating at that point.
Yeah. But I think either it was a problem with the drive or it was a problem with the speakers on the system, but I'm not sure which. But I don't think it was the movie. Now, I'll admit the volume was better here, but it's still not as crisp as I would like it. Now, keep in mind, if you remember, Jen directed this one. I didn't. And
yes, I understand.
there are a couple of camera angles I never would have gone with in there, and I really think some of the transitions need to be a little smoother. But that'll all be taken care of once we switch it over to the longer version. I actually do have a copy of the longer version, but it's not good. It needs to be re-edited severely. But I mean, it was Jen's first time, so it's like a lot. But if you noticed in there was a discussion that's a preview of the feature film when they discussed when the four girls and Harry are discussing, or three girls and Harry are discussing the upcoming event and the fact that Rita is part of it. Because Rita is going to be the villain in the next movie.
Tell me about the Pop-Tarts. What was the significance?
There wasn't really a significance. It was just kind of what Jen wanted to be the thread to hold the film together. Like, from one scene to another, she's going through it trying to find who took the Pop-Tarts.
Oh, I see.
Again, not my idea. I just wrote it. And part of it was actually shot at the Tonawanda Library and the other part at the Kenmore Library. And part of the problem was that we were getting a lot of problems with the lighting. It was getting really, in some cases, it was a little, shall we say, blurry. And there were some scenes that were completely impossible to use because it was that bad. So I think in some cases it was the blurriness. Maybe it was the lighting in the room. Maybe it was the fact that the room was so busy. I'm not quite sure. But the scenes we shot in the smaller room seemed to be okay. But the big room, for some reason, we were just getting a lot of problems.
I don't remember. Did you bring in lighting? I don't think you
No,
guys did. So
no.
you just went with the room
We
lighting.
go with natural lighting.
So, and there were no windows in there as far as
No, there was not.
coming in from the outside.
There was one window in the other room, so that might have been why it looked better. But there was no windows in the room at the other library either. But we were more dedicated. We were looking for the problem more when we shot the second part. So the weaknesses our my weaknesses seem to be lighting and sound, and Jen's weaknesses seem to be transitioning and camera angles. But we were both working on getting better. I mean, that was our 27th short film, and we're very close to perfecting it. But doing those is a lot different from doing the audio plays or doing the theatrical production. I mean, each thing, whether you're dealing with a feature film, a short film, a webisode, a TV episode, a feature film, each one has its own set of rules, and if you think doing one is going to help you with the other, forget it, because you have to follow the rules in each production. Like with my partner, Dan Monroe, he wrote a lot of the shows at Fantasy Island, and they were shorts. I mean, they were great stories that had to be done in only a few minutes.
You talking about the westerns?
Yes,
Yeah.
the westerns, the kids shows, the dance shows, the puppet shows, and they all had to be written in a specific way for a specific time. Whereas when we did the feature films, it was so much different, especially with fairy tale theater. I mean, when we did, for 10 years, we did the shorts at the park live, but then we did the movie, which timed in, I think, at 67 minutes, and it was so different, despite the fact that we were using some of the same material.
Would somebody know that? Oh, really?
Only somebody who had actually seen the performances, and the way they were done at the park, it was almost like episodes 1 through 6 of Star Wars. And we would, it was funny. I mean, but a lot of the stage performances were really good, the storylines. And then there were a few changes made, and there were, when we show it, there'd be a few changes in it again, So we had maybe 6 storylines, but we redid a few of them to make it 10 years before we switched over to the pirate shows.
Just out of curiosity, I know Fantasy Island is open again. Are they still doing those westerny type shows for the kids?
Yeah. They're not just for the kids, they're for the adults. And the group that has them now is pretty good. I was happy with the way they did things.
Friends of mine years ago were in those westerns. They enjoyed them.
Yeah.
It's one thing I wanted to do and I never got a chance to do was act in those Fantasy Island productions.
Well, I never acted in them except for the diving show. That's the only one I acted in.
The diving show?
Yes. I was part of the comedy ensemble.
Oh, I see.
I don't think we have any copies of that. That was like back in 1990, 91, before Marty bought the park. Because when Marty bought the park in 94, he got rid of the diving show because he didn't want to pay the insurance. But I always loved the diving show and the comedy.
What was the diving show?
It was people doing dives with a comedic storyline to it.
Really?
Yes. At one point, it's 2 workers coming and trying to fix the board. At another part, it's a guy in the audience making noise. Another one was a guy from the bar the night before, and then they had these characters called the Aquamaniacs. I mean, it was all really good stuff. I mean, I wish I had some copies of it, but that was before we had the equipment we have now.
That's for sure.
There's a lot of stuff that got lost in the mix. Like, Dan wasn't running it at the time, so he didn't take over, I think, till 94. But he did ask me to be a cowboy at one point for like part of the season, but Marty wouldn't let me out of my contract as a ride operator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
See,
considered me one of his safest ride operators. Because, I mean, I wasn't one of these young kids who just, didn't take their job seriously.
so you missed out on being a cowboy.
I did, unfortunately, and I was supposed to be in fairy tale theater but I couldn't master the sword fighting.
Oh, I see.
Unfortunately. But I really love Fantasy Island, and it was really nice going back there for the first time since COVID and since the first closing this year. I mean, there's still work being done on it, but most of it's open, and what we did see was pretty good. So
It's pretty nice.
yeah. I mean, granted, it was a very hot summer, and some days it was like 95, so it was tough walking around the way we normally do.
Did they get any new rides, or are they all the same rides that they had?
Well, they had a couple new ones.
Couple
They even
ones.
have their own version of Laugh in the Dark, which I loved. It was a ride.
Crazy house inside, where you go inside.
You go inside and you're riding in a car and you're
Uh.
seeing all these characters jumping out at you and stuff.
Oh,
Just like the Laugh in the Dark they had
Okay.
at Crystal Beach. It was made by the same company, too. But it's the last one in existence. So I hope they have it next year because I really liked it. I rode it every single time I went there. And a lot of times we spent the time watching the shows, eating, and riding a few of the rides. But it was, the heat was really knocking everybody down.
that last month, that August, that was a tough one.
Yeah. Although I did manage to play their miniature golf at least once.
In that heat?
In that heat. Me and Jimmy did. We also did it at the fair, too.
In that heat.
In the heat. Yeah, it's good to have a companion who's only in his early 30s.
It's funny you should say that, because when I go by a golf course in the summertime, I don't know how these men or women are out there in that deep, hot sun and golfing. I don't know if I could do that. It'd be too stressful and too hot for me.
Yeah, I agree. But as far as the movie goes, I think, we were attempting to do some character development with the characters. The reason there was all that stuff about the Larrabee family is that the next movie is going to spotlight them. And the reason that we had certain things in there is because, like, the whole situation involving Sherry and the boys is going to touch upon, was a kind of a prelude to a storyline that will be running throughout the feature film. So this film was actually partially a prelude to the feature film, which we were hopefully going to show before the feature film, like we did before. When we did the first feature film, we showed a short film as well.
What gave you the idea on writing this? Where'd that come from?
Well, basically, it comes from things I've experienced in my life and in the various alternative communities that I've belonged to and the various situations I've run into. And basically, almost every character in the film is based on somebody or something, that I've accomplished, accomplished or saw in real life. Like, without mentioning any names, the three Larrabee sisters are based on three girls I know who I used to hang out with at conventions. Just loosely based.
Okay.
But they were kind of the template, and then I just added the rest. And in the first movie, a lot of the characters were based on members of my family, and not to the point where anyone could tell, but one of the characters which we haven't used since the movie because we haven't had the actress and we haven't had anyone to replace her is the character of Jackie. She was the sports girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the first of the villains in the movie. And she was actually based on my little brother.
Uh-oh, he was a villain?
You might say that. And he knows. And it's not like he listens to the show anyway. But, another member of my family who shall remain nameless. So it was kind of a hybrid character. And the Larrabee's parents were based on my parents. And, so forth, my character of Matt, I actually used my mother's maiden name, Pantano. And apparently my family wasn't happy about that. But my character was kind of me. I made a character that was so different from myself that, like I was hoping it could test my acting abilities. And in some cases it did. Like I always say that Matt knows a lot about computers. I don't. And the running joke was Matt can hold a girlfriend.
Oh, I see.
But that's not completely true because he has 2 girlfriends. One he had a girlfriend in the feature film, and he's had one in the shorts. But there is some of me in him. It's just he's a little more. He can be a little more professional than me, I guess, and a little better at dealing with certain things than me.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of writers base a lot of their knowledge and their writing on previous experiences,
Right,
people
what
that
you know.
they know, and what you like. I think that's all a part of it.
Like Frank Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz, he based The Witch on his mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he based The Cowardly Lion on a cowardly man who was very shaggy, with mustache and beard, who challenged him to a fight and then ran away.
Interesting.
Or was it one of those gunfights? I can't remember. And things were really simple. Like the kids asked him, "What's the name of the Magic Land?" Up until then, it had only been called the Magic Land.
Yeah.
And he looked at his filing cabinet, and it said the words O to Z on it, and he said, Oz. It's called Oz.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Most people wouldn't know any of this.
Yeah. So, everything in this film is kind of a prelude to what's going to be happening in the future. But it still can stand on its own. But like the part where we're having the pajama party, I did many